Okay, we are live. Welcome to another Tech Check Plus live stream. I'm thrilled. This is our first in-person live stream. I'm thrilled to be joined by Hong Fang of Okcoin. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And live in Miami, we're both from the Bay Area. We both come from, but we live there now. How has Tech Week Emerge been treating you so far?
It's been great. It's very vibrant. It's great to be back in person, see a lot of tech companies coming to Miami. Obviously, something is being done right here.
Did you basically just like pack for a month and stay here for a month? There's just so much going on.
My kids won't let me do that.
So you've been back, were you here for Bitcoin Week also?
No, I was not actually. Okay. My team, our team were here.
Yeah, first time down in a long time. So it's great to have you. You guys just launched an NFT platform, which is what other crypto exchanges are either doing or have said that they're going to do, Coinbase in particular. First of all, why don't you explain to our audience what Okcoin is, your crypto exchange platform? How do you differentiate yourself from some of the others that we talk about, like FTX and Coinbase and Binance?
Absolutely. So we are based in the Bay Area. We are licensed with FinCEN, registered with FinCEN and licensed in various states, but also serve customers around the world. What we are doing is we are building the best go-to app for everyone to really jumpstart their crypto journey. And for that, you need super focus on experience, which we're doing, but also you need ability to actually bring what is natively crypto into that experience. And we've been really pioneering in a lot of those innovations, including integrating Lightning into our offering and providing a DeFi earn to our customer in a very simple way so that everyday ordinary customers can actually access DeFi protocols directly through our tool. And now we are going to launch NFT marketplace. Not launched yet. We're looking to do that in the second half of the year. But we're going to incorporate that into the experience, make it fee-free, and also give creators ability to decide how much royalty they're going to do instead of being subject to cap, like many of the other platforms do.
When you talk about the differentiation, some of the stuff behind the scenes and making it simple, but the way that a lot of platforms have differentiated themselves are on fees. Do you charge a fee for crypto trading?
We do. I would say we're probably one of the lowest fees out there in the platform. But when it comes to differentiation, I do believe that it's not a silver bullet that you can actually just pull and say this is it. I think when we really bringing more people into crypto, which is very early in itself. It's about many details that we are working on, experience side of things, customer service that we're working on, the technology, education that we are partnering with a lot of people out there. So I think there's a lot of things that people are building together to make it a smoothless experience.
Absolutely. When it comes to fees, though, we've had some big people on CNBC, like Jim Chanos, who are shorting public companies like Coinbase, saying that we're inevitably going to see this fee compression, especially as more players come in. You say that you have one of the lowest. I recently spoke to CZ, the Binance CEO. He says they're going zero. Is that where the majority of your revenue comes from right now, fees from trading?
We do have a lot of revenue coming from the fees, yes.
So when they go to zero, what are you guys going to do? Where are you going to find out?
We are already very low on the fee side. One thing that I always believe in is that as long as you are addressing a customer pain point, the business model in itself will work out, right? So we obviously have a lot of innovation that's going on. And I believe that in crypto, some of those economics models is going to be a little bit different from what we see in the past. It's, we think about the comparison between crypto and the traditional financial world where you see the brokerage platforms really competing on fees and fees only. I strongly believe that in crypto, it's more than that. But obviously, I'm not going to go into a lot of details on that.
What does that look like, though? No, I mean, like, where else do you get that revenue from then, if it's not fees?
I think in crypto, you do see a lot of those crypto economy that we are creating with the community, and we do are going to partner with a lot of communities out there. We're building their community with the followers that they have, and we are obviously hoping to create a community of our own. So some of those will be evolving. For now, it's mostly For now, no. For now, no.
But eventually
I
to
think.
monetize.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you think then about becoming sort of a public company, making that argument to public market investors? I should know that Coinbase today hit a new low, and there was so much excitement around, and I understand what you're saying. We're still very early days in crypto, and some of the ways to monetize are still well into the future. But how do you explain your story to the traditional finance world when you do need things like funding to go and create the product?
Yeah, that's the part. Obviously, I'm not going to speak for Coinbase in terms of how they're going to justify their story. For us, going public is an option. We actually having that option down the road, but it's not the only option that we have, right? We are actually focused on building the right product, building the right community in place.
And do you find that investors, especially in the crypto space, there's so much money, are they asking to see things like revenue or profit?
They probably would, but we haven't really been proactively. We do have a lot of inbound inquiries from investors, but right now we're not focused on having that conversation because number one, we actually are okay from a funding perspective. We actually have pretty good internal funding ourselves to generate revenue within the group. And then number two is we actually don't feel like it's the right time to focus on that funding conversation when we want to actually build the right thing for our customers.
Does that change though if fees go to zero? Will you need to get more funding? And then I'm just wondering,
it's separate, right? It's like a part of the business is fee driven, but part of it is also we have internal funding from our parent who did fundraising before, but also who have business on the other side who actually generate good revenue for us. So we actually have the luxury of being able to do that.
So it's kind of about getting market share. We had this conversation earlier about with Deirdre, who was on set with me. She covers crypto, about sort of Robinhood going into crypto as well. And aside from the fees, which can be seen sort of as a race to the bottom, companies are also spending so much money on marketing. Super Bowl, you saw crypto companies spend huge amounts of money. Are you guys doing that? What is your strategy to get the word out there and to tell people that Okcoin is different, better, advantage?
I'm in our firm, we believe in building the right products. We believe that the product itself will speak for itself. Obviously, marketing matters. Obviously, branding matters. But we actually haven't put in as much money as most of our competitors do.
You have an interesting partner in that sense, Randy Zuckerberg, who has made some really interesting videos. How is that sort of your marketing angle? What has been the response to her videos, which, just to explain to our audience, if you haven't seen them, she takes popular songs, she covers them with crypto lyrics, does, song and dance.
I'm personally extremely proud of the partnership with her. And I think there are two aspects to it. One is because I see in her a very strong female leader who is not afraid of voicing her own identity, right? Of being different out there. And I think that in itself is a big strength. We believe in the benefit of being different, of allowing different people bring in different personality and different tastes.
But in terms of that marketing piece, has she been able to create interest, bring people in?
Yeah, I think so. But to be honest, it's not really our marketing. Right. She is who she is, and I think she is great in doing what she does, and I feel proud for her as well. And we feel proud in our partnership, but it's not a marketing piece that either particularly we have been pushing for or she has been pushing for. I think she just genuinely feel. Again, I'm probably putting words into her mouth, and sorry, Randy, if I'm doing that. But I think she just genuinely feel like the importance of making it fun and reducing the mental barrier for a lot of people who are looking at this and want to get into crypto or NFT, but not really sure how to. Right. And that's her way of expressing, hey, this is nothing scary. It can be fun. And I think that's good.
And what's amazing too is that you are bringing more women into the crypto industry, and I was so thrilled to be able to interview another woman because there aren't at this point still a ton of them in crypto. What are some of the challenges that you see, especially as you try to bring more women into this industry that's still very early on? And one second, I think we're having some audio issues. Let me just check. Can the audience hear us? Okay, we're going to keep going for a little bit because I think there's some good questions.
Yeah. I think that's a very interesting question. I've been asked that and been giving it some thoughts. But the most important thing is actually perception, right? It's perception of our own perception of our role and others' perception of us being women. I personally don't think that should be a defining factor. You're not successful because you're a woman sitting here. Same for me. We're just individuals, and every one of us make our own impact in our own way. But I guess there is reality. Part of the reality is the way gender works into our own expectation for ourselves, social expectation for ourselves does have a play in terms of how we prioritize things and how we actually commit our time. And I do see that crypto, number one in itself, is actually opening up that possibility for more diversity, for more inclusion. We have 50% plus on our team who are being actually female. We don't really think about it. We didn't intentionally target for that. It's just a natural way of how people actually find us impactful and be part of it.
Your network, right? As a woman in the CEO role,
yeah,
I'm sure that gives you.
I think that probably also gives people confidence or comfort level of being part of it. But the other part is also because I think the COVID last 2 years, the fact that COVID makes it possible for all of us to work in a hybrid mode, giving us a little bit more flexibility in arranging our schedule, probably also give more women the ability to do more of what they want.
And you're a mother yourself, right? So
I am.
You're balancing. How many kids do you have?
2.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I know we're running out of time here, so I want to get to the NFT piece of this.
Sure.
So again, you guys are launching 0 fees for retail investors. Would you sort of say the same thing you did about crypto trading, is that you are looking at further off sources of revenue?
Yeah.
And who's your parent company, did you mention?
Okay, Group.
Okay. And so they have enough funding
We
to
have,
enable you
we
guys.
do. Yeah. We have been having very lucky in that front. But when it comes to NFT, again, I think the mentality is that we want to really build the ground floor first. And for that, we think that it's the right thing to do to really reduce the barrier. Because otherwise, the fee is actually pretty hefty when you take into account the fee that platform is charging, the royalty fee, and then the gas fee, and all that.
And where's the parent company based?
Cayman Islands.
Okay, got it. And so they have their own, I guess you can tell me the source of that funding, but they want to sort of just create this presence. When we talk about the NFT market, it's hard to avoid how much it has fallen off a cliff in recent months.
Absolutely.
A lot of the prices have come down. And there's also this issue of wash trading, which is you can mint an NFT, sell it to your friend, buy it back. How do you avoid that on the platform?
With regard to your first question, many NFTs will fall off the cliff. Absolutely so. That's why I think whenever anyone out there want to put their money to work with any type of quote unquote investment, absolutely do your homework and manage your own risk. I think this crypto is very much similar to tech companies back in 2000, right? And everybody is referring to it. The fill rate is going to be really high. It's almost like early VC investment that has actually liquid market out there. But the good thing is there is actually a liquid marketplace where people can actually see the price movement. Obviously, there's a lot of emotions and other things that are being factored into it. But I think this is a great place where people can actually start experiment with new things.
How do you avoid wash trading, though? People who are experimenting.
Wash trading is a part that is interesting. We as a platform, we try to do our part in monitoring transactions. If we see anything abnormal, we'll take actions. But other than that, it's really up to the market.
People who will go to your platform for NFTs, they won't get into that kind of issue.
Generally when we put assets on our platform, when it comes to crypto, we do look at that as part of our due diligence process and see if there's any red flag, and wash trade is probably one of those, right? But when once things are out there, it's in the market, it's public markets. There's very little you can do to really control that. But I think market has in its own way in organizing and regulating itself.
Last question for you. I know that you are electing not to cap NFT royalty rates, which are typically between 0 and 10% on other marketplaces. I have to get your view on what do you think of what Meta is doing its fees in the metaverse, which are as high as 47% for creators.
I have no idea. I don't know why they're doing that. And again, I couldn't really speak for them. But for us, I think we always believe in free markets. We believe that market participants should be able to actually decide what they want to do. And ultimately, there will be an equilibrium that the market finds itself. Maybe the ultimate equilibrium is 10%. You know, we don't know. At least the creator would have their own freedom of doing that and finding the right balance for themselves. So we want to be able to offer that option at least to people. I think having an option is good.
Well, Hong, I feel like we just scratched the surface. We could continue to talk as we often do in this live stream. We're running out of time. I know that you've got probably a million people and a million things to do here in Miami. So thank you so much for being with us. And
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Yeah. We'll catch up later when we get back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have fun. And thank you for watching. We'll see you guys at another live stream next week.